You can have results or you can have excuses, but you can't have both. That's the hard truth. And yeah, it stings a little. But the sooner you accept it, the sooner you'll start seeing real change. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I had a friend, we'll call him Mike. Mike wanted to get in shape. Every time we talked, he told me all the reasons he couldn't. Work was too busy, his knees hurt, the gym was too far, healthy food was expensive. You name it, he had an excuse for it. Meanwhile, there was another guy at the same gym, let's call him Jake. Jake had every reason to quit. He worked 2 jobs, had a newborn at home, and had an old back injury that flared up constantly. But Jake didn't sit around talking about why he couldn't. He just showed up. Maybe he didn't always feel like it. Maybe he only had 30 minutes some days. But he got it done. Fast forward a year. Mike, still stuck in the same cycle of excuses, still frustrated with no progress. Jake, down 40 pounds, stronger than ever, and feeling better than he had in years. So what was the difference? One guy talked, the other took action. That's the lesson here. Excuses don't pay the bills. Excuses won't make you money. They won't build your business. They won't get you stronger. And they sure as hell won't change your life. You know what does? Action. See, complaining is easy. It's comfortable. It makes you feel like you're doing something when really you're just standing still. Every time you complain about your circumstances, you're giving away your power. You're saying, I have no control over this. But here's the truth. You have more control than you think. You don't like your job? You can learn a new skill and start something different. You don't have time to work out? You can wake up 30 minutes earlier or cut out an hour of Netflix. You don't have money to invest in yourself? You can find free resources, start small, and build up. The reality is, people who succeed, whether in fitness, business, or life, don't waste time complaining. They use that energy to take action. So if you're feeling stuck, I want you to ask yourself, am I looking for solutions or am I looking for excuses? Am I taking responsibility or am I blaming everything and everyone else? Because the second you stop making excuses and start making moves, everything changes. Now, I get it. Changing your mindset isn't easy. But here's the good news. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to start. And you can start with 3 no BS steps. First, take ownership of your results. This is the key to success. Second, understand that action creates motivation, not the other way around. And third, understand that results always speak louder than words. Start proving yourself right instead of proving yourself wrong. No more waiting, no more excuses, just action. If you want to change your life, your body, your finances, your relationships, there's one thing you need to accept right now. No one is coming to save you. Let that sink in for a second. No one is going to show up and suddenly make you successful. No one is going to force you to get in shape. No one is going to hand you the perfect business, the perfect body, or the perfect life. That's on you. The most successful people in the world, whether it's in fitness, business, or anything else, have one thing in common. They take 100% ownership of their situation. They don't blame their boss, the economy, their past, or their circumstances. They don't sit around waiting for motivation to strike. They just put in the work, even when it's hard, even when they don't feel like it. Because here's the truth. Every excuse you make is just a way of giving away your power. I don't have time to work out. No, you haven't made it a priority. I can't start a business because I don't know how. No, you haven't taken the time to learn. I can't eat healthy because it's expensive. No, you're choosing convenience over discipline. That might sound harsh, but it's reality. Sometimes we need to hear the hard truth in order to make a change. And the moment you stop making excuses and start taking ownership, you take back control. So, the next time you catch yourself making an excuse, flip the script. Instead of saying, I don't have time, say, I haven't made this a priority. Instead of saying, I can't, say, I'm choosing not to. Because when you change your words, you change your mindset. And when you change your mindset, you change your life. So ask yourself right now, what's one thing you've been making excuses about? And what's one small action you can take today to own it? How many times have you told yourself, I'll start when I feel motivated? Be honest, we've all done it. But that is what separates the dreamers from the achievers. The dreamers wait for the perfect moment to arrive, and the achievers create the perfect moment. Motivation is a myth. It's unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather, and if you're waiting for motivation to show up before you take action, you'll be waiting forever, and that's the hard truth. You don't wake up one day magically feeling like working out, starting a business, or pushing through a challenge. You just start. And the crazy part? Once you take action, the energy and motivation follow. Ever had a day where you didn't feel like working out, but you forced yourself to start? Then 10 minutes in, you were all in? Ever sat down to work on something thinking you had no energy, but after 5 minutes you got in the zone? That's because momentum is real, and it's way more powerful than motivation. You don't need to feel confident to take action. Taking action is what creates confidence. Most people sit around waiting to feel ready. But readiness is a lie. Confidence doesn't come from thinking about doing something. It comes from actually doing it, over and over, until you prove to yourself that you're capable. The first time you step into the gym, it feels awkward. The first time you launch a business, it's overwhelming. The first time you push past your excuses, it's uncomfortable. But every rep, every attempt, every small win builds momentum. And before you know it, you're not just taking action, you're unstoppable. Think about what you want: the body, the business, the freedom, anything your heart desires. Now, what is one small step that you can start right now that will put you in the right direction to achieve that in the future? Want to get in shape? Do 5 minutes of exercise today, just 5. Want to start a side hustle? Spend 10 minutes researching or brainstorming ideas. Want to eat healthier? Swap one meal for a better option, just one. This is how you start the momentum. But getting the ball rolling and keeping it rolling is up to you. One small step, no overthinking, no waiting, just action. Because once you take that first step, the second one is easier, then the third. And before you know it, you're in motion and nothing can stop you. Nobody respects talk without action. We all know that person, the one who's always talking about what they're going to do. I'm going to start working out. I'm going to start that business. I'm going to get serious about my goals. 6 months later, they're saying the same thing. No progress, no action, just words. Look, people don't believe what you say. You can say whatever you want. They believe what you do. And more importantly, you start to believe what you do. If you keep telling yourself you're going to change but never follow through, you start losing trust in yourself. But when you take action, even small action, you build momentum, confidence, and respect. Have you ever had someone doubt you? Maybe a friend, a coworker, or even family. Someone who told you you'll never make it, you don't have what it takes, or you're wasting your time? You know what the best response is? Not arguing, not explaining yourself, just winning. The best revenge is massive success. Not because you need to prove them wrong, but because you need to prove yourself right. You don't have to convince anyone of anything. Just take action and let your results do the talking. Because at the end of the day, the people who doubted you will either respect you for pushing through, or they'll stay stuck making excuses while you keep winning. Either way, you win. So start tracking your wins. Most people get discouraged because they focus on how far they have to go instead of how far they've come. That's a losing mindset. Instead, every day, write down one win, big or small. Got up early to work out? That's a win. Made a better food choice? That's a win. Took action on your business idea? That's a win. Success isn't built in a day. It's built in the small, consistent choices you make every single day. And when you track those wins, something shifts. You start seeing proof that you're the kind of person who follows through. You start believing in yourself. And once you believe in yourself, nothing can stop you. That is the momentum that keeps you striving to be better, to reach new heights, to find and break new limits. So stop talking, stop waiting, start tracking, start winning. Own your results, because no one is coming to save you. Take action before you feel ready, because energy follows action. Let your results speak for themselves, because talk is cheap. I have one simple question for you. What's one excuse you've been making, and what's one action you can take today to break it? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. You don't need more time. You don't need more money. You don't need more motivation. You just need to start. You are in control right now. And everything you want, more strength, more success, more freedom, it's on the other side of action. So make your move. No more excuses. Let's be the ones who take action.